Hello and welcome along and welcome back to No Man's Land. And yeah, I'm starting here today because look, our barley is growing very nicely. It's up to about knee height at this point, so that is really good. It's looking really healthy. We do still have a little bit of a fertilizer issue with it. We've got an 83% yield bonus on here. Most of that is caused by the fact that it wasn't mulched and it wasn't limed before we did this. But if we step out into the middle of the field, this drops as low in some places as, here we go, 60%, where it's only half fertilized. So yeah, we want to try and do something about this before we actually get it harvested. So we're probably going to be looking at getting a sprayer or something at some point just to top that up a little bit. However, what we need to fertilize with this today is our other two fields. Our two fields over where we've put the sorghum in have both germinated as well. And as a result, they are ready for us to do work on. I love the way the sound echoes in these sheds. It's absolutely brilliant. But yes, but we only have 409 litres of fertilizer to do this with. Is this going to be enough to get both these fields done? Probably not. So I'm thinking today what we're going to need to do is probably head into the woodlands and cut a few trees down. And my thought is for that, I'm going to cut some of these smaller trees inside the woods down. We'll thin it out a little bit, replace the trees that we know aren't going to grow any bigger, and then we can come and plant them, replant them with ones that will grow to a larger size later and thicken the woods up again at that point. Now, I'm going to start with this field here. Field number 4, I think I named this. Someone did suggest I name all my fields after patrons, and I'm very tempted to do that. So we might see how that goes. If you do want to support the channel as a patron, there is a link in the description. I would be very grateful. Not a necessity, but yeah, I would. I would, as always, be very grateful. Same goes for channel members. I think we might do something with channel members as well. So if you want to do that, you can do that with the join button just below this video too. 2 rows in, and we're looking quite good. We might actually get at least one field done with this. Getting a little bit wild in the turn, but yeah, we're about halfway through this field, and we've used less than 100 litres of fertilizer. And yeah, and we are actually getting good coverage. It's fairly hard to see, but I am at the edge of it, which is good. If this is if we have more than 200 litres left at the end of this field, there's a good chance we might actually get both these fields done today. I find the easiest way to do this is from an aerial view. We can see how well our coverage is going. But this might be the bigger field. That would be absolutely brilliant. So let's turn everything else off. Easiest way I find to do all this is turn everything else off this. And yeah, look at that. That's a really good coverage we've got of fertilizer on here. And it looks like we're going to get the whole of this field done for, well, 200 litres. If we can get this field done for 200 litres, that really means that we've got a very, very good chance of getting both these fields done. And is that enough to cover that whole bit? Right, I do need to check that quickly. Let's have a quick look. Now that was expected because we knew we had a missing bit there, and we've got a tiny bit missing there. So yeah, I'm happy with that coverage. So on to the second field, and we've got 225 litres left. This may be so lucky. We might actually get all of this field, both these fields done for just what we've got in this spreader. So we are now down to 129 litres and about halfway through this field. Trying to get these lined up at this end and see where we need to be in this. is quite a challenge. It's not overly easy, and I'm trying not to get too much of an overlap. The more overlap I have, the more it wastes fertilizer, because it doesn't have a variable spray rate on here. But it does seem that we are getting a pretty good coverage the whole way around here. I think this will probably cover the whole top end of this field. Just going to stop there and check. Yep, I'm very, very happy with that. Wow. And yeah, there we go. So this means our sorghum is going to be properly fertilized. We've got 67, 64. We've got enough left to complete this. I am so pleased with that. I am so massively happy that we had just over 400 litres. We have managed to get everywhere we needed to get covered with that. The only place where we got this issue is that large area there. But we don't need any extra money. We don't need to go and earn any extra cash today, because we got it within 44 litres of it, which is amazing. We can probably wait till this grows another stage and then just drive along the road a bit and fertilize the road. Not overly realistic, but it would definitely get the edge of that field, the bit that's missing there. The only area now that we have this have missing fertilizer is in the middle of field 1 over here. So this field here, where we need to get, well, as I said, we need to get a sprayer into the middle of it. I haven't found a small sprayer that would do the farm. One that, you know, isn't worth a huge amount of money. I don't think there's anything in the shop today that would fit the bill. No, we've got, wow. It has been giving me some fairly useless things most of the time on here. We did get this spreader, which was a fantastic purchase, it turns out. But yeah, we could have done with some other bits and pieces. A small sprayer is something I'm on the lookout for. Not seeing anyone or anything on the mod hub or on King Mods at the moment, so yeah, we could do with something with that. Now, we're going to be doing something today that we're doing every day. We need to hook up to this. And I realise I've not had my time running at the right rate, but that's okay. I don't think we had a full day's worth of work to do on the farm anyway. We got a little bit here. I don't know how much water has been used. But we'll take this up here. And now it might be a case of leaving our water tank. I opened that up and then didn't fill this, but I don't think it's going to take all of this. But yeah, it's going to be a case of leaving our water tank up here when we refill it, I think, going forwards. What happens when you rush things a bit? There we are. So empty that out. Yeah. So, yeah, we're not using much water a day at the moment. I think we'll take this back down to the water tank and get it filled up. But it's going really well. We have massively got the farm into the right place. As I said, we've only got that one spot where we are low on fertilizer. And I think with this time we've got leading up to harvest, what we're going to have to do is do a little bit of forestry work. As I said, we need to thin out these trees, so we're going to do that. So I'm going to bring this here, open this up, which it still is, thankfully, and refill it. And then we can go and drop it off. I don't even think we're going to need the front loader for what we're going to be doing today, tree-wise. They're all small trees. We've picked them up by hand before, and yeah, they should. They'll probably fit in the back of our pickup. The one thing we'll probably need to do with the front loader is get the fuel tank off the back of the pickup truck, because at the moment it's got fuel in and it's going to be too heavy to lift like I originally did to put it in there. So let's drop that off and we'll go and get the front loader on this, and then we can try and get the bit off the pickup with the forks. So let's bring this around here. I'm just going to put it here. Something I have realized that I'm going to be doing in the near future, and actually a reason why we need to do this today is because we've got to get our grass cut. Now, cutting our grass, not an issue. That will work fine. It's what we're going to do afterwards. We need to get a grass roller, which we don't have the money for at the moment. So we're going to need about 4,000 in order to do that, and in order to get that. We're not going to be doing hay yet. Original plan was with our grass field to do a bit of hay, but at the moment we need the money more. So we are going to still do this. I'll bring these in a little bit. Yeah, under the fuel tank. Yep, there we go. And out. We'll just put this beside the shed. Like so. So if we need to refuel, we can. Oh, off. There we go. So that's got that off there. And now we can just park this up here and leave our tractor where we are, because that is done. But yeah, as I was saying, what we're going to be looking to do in the near future is to go and sell silage bales and cut the grass, wrap it to silage, and then sell the silage bales once they're fermented. We will need a grass roller after we've done that, but before they fermented, because A, we want as much money as we can going towards the combine harvester, and B, we want to get that done before the end of May, and those aren't going to ferment before the end of May at the rate we're going. So we need to cut some we need to get some wood and some trees. Let's turn off our engine. There we go. And our best bets are, as I said, these small trees. We can pick these up by hand. We can maneuver them easy, and it clears them out from in here so that we can replant with bigger ones. I have said before that I've been thinking about putting a roadway through to here, maybe going forwards. So this might be a good thing for here as well. So let's get these little trees cut and see if we can make a little bit of cash off them. They won't make a huge amount, but they will make some. And as I said, it's going to help to grow the woodland back a little bit bigger. Shouldn't need to cut anything off the ends. So we'll put that away. And yeah, we can just pick them up. And then we will just slot them down here. I've left the boot open because obviously they hang out quite a way. And it's going to be better for us to sell them as long as we can. So let's take this one this way. There we go. And yeah. Yeah, so these are what I'm calling stunted trees. And it's all about... it's all to do with sort of my woodland management for what I've got here on No Man's Land. As I said from the start, I'm very much not looking to make a huge amount of money from forestry. I'm looking to... Wow, that's actually quite tall. I'm looking to make money from actually running the land and maintaining the character of the areas that I'm farming. Right, I'm going to cut this about here. There we go. No, my chainsaw suddenly stopped working. Now it's working again. It's a little bit weird. Oh. It could have something to do with the pickup, but yeah. The ability to pick this up or not. Because we do have the crosshair mod working on it. I need to keep an eye, see if it happens again. Right, I'm gonna cut these two. Wow, that is moving very fast now. Okay. There we go. Trim those off. And that's a little bit better. Yeah, 3.6 meter logs we're getting off here at the moment. So back to this one. And I think, yeah, just sort of taking these, seeing how much we get for these. We won't get as much as we get for the bigger trees, of course. It'll be a lesser amount, but it'll still be a decent amount of cash, I think. And it'll help us overall in our forestry management going forwards. Some of these are really quite... Wow. Oh. I'm going to just put this beside the truck so that I can cut it to the right length. Right, that is the front of the truck there. So want to go to about there. And want to cut this to about here. There we go. Yeah, I'm definitely having some strange issues with my... with this. It's not behaving itself really as it should. And doing a couple of funny things. Especially it's when I bring the big logs over here. It seems to have a bit of an issue. Right, we've got this one here as well. So let's come over here, drop that down. There we go. And you can see why I thought where we're taking these out would be a good place to put a roadway, because there's not a lot here really to get in our way now. Right, and that's the irrigation going. There we go, and this is going to be about the right length as well, I think. So, yeah, just take the end off. There we go. That's cut off. So yeah, those little jumps, those little edits are because I've been having trouble getting this to actually cut properly. Right, there we go. Get that. We'll get these between the wheel. Between the wheels. There we go. And then there, and there, and there. Thankfully, this being no man's land, we're not going on any public roads, so that'll be fine. Do we have any other small trees to take out in here? Oh yeah, there's one more. We'll just take this one out as well. Might see if I can cut this to the 3 meter lengths before we move it. So 3.5 meters is what I'm aiming for. And a bit there. Right. Where's the end of it? There it is. So I think about here-ish. Wow, that did take the top of the tree off. Good. What? 6 meters? Really? Wow. Longer than I was expecting. So likely, yeah, won't fit in here easily. There we go. That's cut in half. And that can go in on the top. And that can go in on the top. So how much do we think this is going to be worth? I'm not thinking a massive amount of cash. Maybe we'll get 1,000 for it. Maybe a little less. There's a few trees here. And they are all of a decent length, I think. So, yeah. We'll get these down to... the sell point and get them sold and see how much money we've raised towards getting a roller so that we're able to sort our grass field out after we cut it. But coming up to the sell point, and yeah, so much quicker doing this with my truck than it would be if I was doing it with the traction trailer. So let's see how much we're gonna make. First things first, I want to unhook this. So that, and that, and then we go to here to sell. Wow, 564 in wood. We're gonna need more than that. By quite a way. That might actually stave off our money for our loan and our rented equipment. But yeah, we've got quite a way to go before we're going to be in a position to get the equipment we need, I think. Now, one thing we might get before we are looking to use that roller is a little bit more from our greenhouses. Let's see, what do we got here? We have got 433 liters of lettuce, so we might end up with a full thing of lettuce. We might end up with more strawberries, and we might end up with more tomatoes, based on the rate at which they produce. So yeah, there's a good chance that before we need to get that roller in a couple of days, we're going to have some of these about. And if we have these, the advantage we're going to have is that we should be able to sell them, although the price won't be great. The lettuce we can sell for about 800. The tomatoes we can sell for about 400, and the and the strawberries we'll be able to sell for about 400. So yeah, that should be good. It will give us a decent amount. What we're after, unfortunately, is a little bit more than that. Not in there. It's in the grassland care. So we want this. We need 4,200. So we're only gonna be at around about the 2,000 mark. So we still need to probably sell some more trees, but we can't keep doing it at the rate we were doing then. So we're gonna have to go and look for something a little bit bigger, somewhere a little bit better to thin out, I think. And I think our best bet is probably going to be going into this woodland here and maybe cutting down a larger tree or two, thinning this out a little bit. They're not overly close together is the only thing. So picking a tree or two that we can do is not going to be easy. We've got these small ones intertwined. I'm going to take this one, I think. I don't think it's going to be... Yeah, it's not going to be massively missed. And if we get a couple of trees sort of this sort of size, we should be able... Timber! Oh, wow. That is stuck on that one. Okay. Oh, which is the other side of the... Really? I have no idea how I'm going to get this cut. Let's take the branches off it. This is a really unsafe way to do this. So I've cleared the branches off it. I'm going to have to try and... It's not letting me cut anything on that piece of land. So I'm going to have to try and cut it and make it drop. And then hopefully I'll be able to pick it up and get it back onto this side. The other way to do it might be to try and take this stump out. Let's see if we can do it that way first. See if we can do it the realistic way first. But this stump is definitely holding this in place. Right. And cut it again. Right, and those out of there. Nope, that has made no difference whatsoever. So I've got it down. I ended up cutting a piece, and you can see it's here. And I don't have access to this land. But these are all too heavy, so we need to get the tractor in here. And get that in here with our pickup. Oh, with our trailer. Sorry, we've got our pickup here, but it's not gonna. That's not gonna work. We need our log grab and our tractor, and then we can get this collected up. This is why I held on to the log grab after we got it to do that first tree. Was because I knew I would probably end up doing a little bit more forestry work. I didn't really have much choice. It was, you know, it's one of those things where I was saying earlier, I don't want to get trees just for getting trees, but At the moment, we need to get trees in order to actually afford to do our stuff. Oh, we need to hook up that. Come on. There we go. And then the hydraulics will work. Yeah, there we are. So open that up. And I want to get as long a piece of wood as I can that will still fit on my trailer. Over 4 meters is what I was going for. 5.6 is a decent length. So long as our tractor can still pick it up, it's all good. Yeah, thinning out the forest a little bit is not too bad. We can refill it a little bit later. I am very pleased that I put this weight on the back of this tractor. That would have, well, it's not very happy, is how I'll put that. Right, where did the last piece go? There it is. Oh no, 2 more pieces. That's good. So, swing this round here, bring this back. Can we get both of these pieces at once? Is this a mechanic that actually works in Farm Sim now? Not too bad. It's still easier to pick up logs this way in Farm Sim. Should be able to slide this underneath and get it to work, but yeah, it doesn't quite. And then, if I bring this round here, having picked up these logs, I can slice off that end bit. So, let's slice off there. There we go. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with the cursor mod and picking things up, putting them down, and then getting the getting something like a tool to work with it. Just doesn't seem to quite be right. It's a pity because I think it's a cracking mod, but it's not. Yeah, it's not working quite as it should at the moment. Let me know in the comments if you've had any issues along that lines. There we go. So we've got a tree on here. I think we'll go and see how much this is worth. So we got 6 trees into the back of our trailer last time, or into the back of our truck. This time we have a single tree cut up into 5 pieces. I am intrigued to see how much more this tree is worth than the other one. Oh, no, that's connected to the wrong place. There we go. I'm going to connect it to the weight, not the tractor. See if that works. Yeah, there we go. Right. So, we're going to head down to the sell point and see how much our logs are worth. So now the moment of truth as we come up to the shop and the sell point. Bring this round. Like so. Undo our straps. And I do like the shot. The fact that I'm able to get a tree, even a tree over here, is great. Wow. How, what a difference that is. 2,500 for a single tree versus 500 for 6 trees. I know that they were small trees, but that is just crazy. So yeah, I think we'll cut one more tree down today and get ourselves in a good position going into the next day, because next time what we're going to do is we're going to start on that silage, and we've got a new way of doing the cutting. You guys have given me a lot of feedback on how you want me to use that mower that we've got, so yeah, I'm going to be doing it slightly differently next time. So looking at the tree line and trying to identify a tree I want to take, one of these tool ones is just worth so much. What about on this corner up here? As I said, I don't want to destroy the look and the feel of my farm, really. But I think... Can I do that without taking out... I think that will still take out too much. I think it needs to be one in this woodlands here. If we've got a woodland area that we're looking to treat as an area for doing logging, I think it is this piece of woodland over here. It does have a good amount of trees and a good area for us to work. And I think we might take this one actually. So carefully cut it away from my tractor. But try and give myself enough space to work. And also cutting it this direction means it shouldn't fall, hopefully, too far into the neighbouring area. We'll see how close we can get. Oh, wow. Okay. I am deep into the other side. Oh, you are letting me cut it. Wow. That is definitely beyond where we were last time. This is a big tree. That's good news. Right. I need to cut it into shorter lengths so that we can get it loaded up. Okay, I think I've got it cut into some decent length. So we've got a 5.6 meter, a 5.2 meter, 4.8, a 4.6, a 4, a 4.9, and a 4.3. Yep, those are decent lengths. So should be able to get these loaded up. We'll try and keep it away from the actual stump. Disconnect that. And yeah, now I've just got to work my way around this tree here to get these loaded up. But yeah, there's quite a few bits on here. This is going to be worth more than the last one. Definitely going to get us moving for next time, for getting that roller and getting us set up. Just from 2 trees. And you can see why so many people go for the forestry startup on here. You get given a piece of land, you go in, you cut a tree down, and you start making quite a bit of money straight off the bat. It's a lot more shorter term than than if you have to build your farm up arably early on. You can just cut a whole area of trees down and make a lot of money very quickly. This is very unbalanced. I am at this point regretting selling that bigger weight we had. Those first 3 logs that I've put on here have, well, they've been making the tractor very nose heavy. I'm hoping that now that we've got those out the way, this will be a little bit easier. Yeah. It's a little bit less nose heavy now. But managed to get them on, and we've got a fairly good foundation for getting the rest of these logs on here. We're going to try and dump them on the top. This is definitely a bigger tree than the last one we were doing. It's the chunkier logs that we're getting off it. And more of them as well. You know, we're up to... We only had 5 logs off the last tree. This is the 5th log. So it's going to be more money, which is great. I mean, this is exactly the kind of thing we needed. We needed to get a little bit more cash in. Need to get ourselves moving a little bit more forwards. And yeah, sort of open things up for us. And as I said, without completely destroying the aesthetic of the farm. You know, I don't mind taking 1 or 2 trees out and having... you know, thinning the forest out a little bit, so that we can make some money. I just didn't want to cut it all down and do it. I like the area that we're based in, and it makes sense to me to try and preserve it as much as possible, while still doing a little bit of woodland management at the same time. So hopefully this one will go on the top. We're getting to the limits of the height this tractor can do stuff at. Wow, that's... Okay. Got the deer in the background. There we go. Just nudge that in. Right. We've got one more. Can the last one be picked up by hand? Or is it too chunky for that? Yeah, it's too chunky for that. So we need to get the last one on. And this is where precision is going to be so important. Did I move that? Or do we have 2 pieces of wood left? Because I've got a piece of wood there. The tree fell like this. I must have moved it. I must have moved it. Oh yeah, I can pick it up by hand. We'll do it that way then. That'll be much easier to just stick it on the side. In fact, if we turn it round, it'll go a little bit easier onto here. And just hope you just stick that on the edge. Pick up a little bit higher then. And nope. Oh, catch it. There's more space on the other side. Oh, there's more space on the other side. Right, we'll do that then. Pick it up, and yeah, that will fit better on that. No, go on, get on. Oh, might have been better doing it with the forks. I can't get it to go on the top. There, strap it on. There we go. Probably fall off when we get to the other end. I think we're all right. So yeah, let's get our tractor hooked back up and head back down to the sell point and see how much we make from this load. Spoiler alert, I think it's going to be more than we made from the last one. And so our last trip today up to the sell point. I'm expecting to make more money off this. What, we made 2,500 off the last load. This is a bigger tree and more logs and thicker logs as well. So should be a really good amount of money. Let's see how much we're going to make. 5,900. Wow. Well, we've got enough for our roller now, which is absolutely perfect. That means that we are in a really good space going forwards. I'm massively happy with that. So I think that's where we're going to leave this video for today. All that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.